you have orange skies?
It's not raining. It's still cloudy, and the storm is supposed to come back around tonight or this afternoon, and once again on Sunday. So it's a cycle, but it's not downpouring. It was the wind when I was walking down the street. The wind was blowing me, and I got some girth going here, and it was still blowing me.
Mm.
Pushing me along the road.
You got some girth going.
Yeah.
What an experience, Lynn.
Yeah.
This is Dahi
Yes.
here.
Huh?
It was very amazing and inspiring.
Oh, good, good.
You're really, really inspiring to me. So praise to you.
Hi, Danielle.
Out in the elements.
Hi.
Hey, your screen looks good.
Can you hear me though?
Yes, can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Frozen in time, though.
Little bit frozen.
I do have a question eventually, and
Yes.
it has to do with that Sky protocol. Would that be a good question for today?
Yes, it is. It's a fantastic question.
Okay.
But what I'd like to
You want to
do
wait?
is first, when Janet arrives, that we can log in together.
Oh, okay. All right. So Janet did
Yes, she
join
yes,
us.
she did join us. So did Hamati.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure if Hamati
Okay.
can come here today. She works at the hospital.
Yes, yes.
So, but still, she will. She's very happy to be.
She's a
be
good
with us.
teacher. Very good
Yes,
teacher.
she is. She's amazing. She's amazing. Danielle, you're frozen. I imagine it's a matter of finding a perfect little spot for your signal.
Oh, maybe I should go on the phone.
Oh no, don't change.
Where am I?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
If you can hear, then that's good. We're just looking at your armpit. That's all.
I can hear you.
You can. Yeah, the picture. Oh, there you go. That's better. We see you now. Oh, very good. Hey, you're here. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Okay. Yeah?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
I like that archway you have.
Okay.
Fantastic. Janet.
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
there.
Hello. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
Hello, Forrest.
Heningaro te Manakuya. Heningaro te ao te Manakuya. That detail came in because I didn't realize your full name had a De Chiaro.
Yeah, I just shortened it for Facebook.
Yeah, and so that rhythm was missing in the initial speaking.
Well, for some reason, I said, well, maybe I should alter the name on Facebook. You see, I'm kind of paranoid about, as you know,
Oh yeah.
about web things. So I shortened it so I, could.
So when I saw that, I thought, wait a minute, De Chiaro is like Enengaro, and then I kept saying that in the beginning, but I didn't see it in the words in the letter structure, but the energy was there. And then when I saw it the next day, I went, oh, there's the detail. Because Henengaro means mind. It means mind. Hene means itself means girl or little girl. But Henengaro means the mind.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, okay, perfect.
Excellent.
Excellent. So, welcome. It's fantastic to see you five here. I would ask if we can begin by logging in together now.
All right.
And as we move into rhythm together and how we get into sync together. Now, this applies when you are with a group of people. There is the lead, and the lead is the word Tihe Moriora. Now, that's a lead. What that will do.
Sorry.
That's okay. What that will do is set you into the timing and sync together. So, Tihe Moriora, and then the login. This is not only just not for yourself, it's for synchronizing a group of people that might be with you, should you have a group effort. So, I will call the lead. I will call the grateful for the breath, and then we just begin the login. We'll go through the entire sequence of the mother, the child, and the father. Okay. So first, just another word or two to thank you for being here, and for accepting or for committing, I would say, to the upgrade of your wisdoms and your knowledge, and the upgrade of the Waikara to become a Waikara master. As you are all masters, yes. I cannot teach you anything. I can only tell you a story. But this story is profound. And so, and with that, I will lead us into the login. Tihe Moriora. Ite ingoa.
Ligua.
Te whaia.
Fire.
Te ingoa. Te whaia.
Te tama.
Tama.
Te
Tama.
tama.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te wairua tama.
Kailua tapu.
Why do I talk?
Te wairua.
Ite ingoa.
Iwaiwa.
Te ingoa.
Te tama.
Tama.
Te tama.
Te matua.
Matua.
Te matua.
Te whaia.
To fire.
Fire.
Te
Te wai- Te wairua tama.
Wairua tapu.
The water.
Why do I talk?
Te wairua.
Ite ingoa.
Itiwingoa.
Te ingoa.
Te matua.
Matua.
Te matua.
Te whaia.
Fire.
To fire.
Te whaia.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te wairua tama.
Wairua tapu.
To water.
Te wairua tapu.
Moriora.
Maori.
Moriora. Moriora.
Moriora.
Grateful. Thank you. Grateful. Now, I would like to actually begin, if we may, into the story of Lynn's experience from the seal to the protocol that you felt to just go ahead and do, and also with Janet's seal and her story for the seal. So if we can, I know you've read Lynn's post, but what is interesting to me is how she and why she decided to go and do what she did directly following the seal. Is that okay, Lynn? We would love to hear.
I just felt drawn to do it, really. It was a meditation from the day before to go ahead and do it. It's an opportunity, and it would just be favorable for me to do it right away. And also the opportunity, as I mentioned before, the river, the LA River, is in a wash. It's encased in cement, and it's hard to get down into the water without breaking the law or, getting all athletic about it. But the rain, the shared rain coming down where I was, and the shared rain in the LA River, it just seemed like it was an opportunity to have that flow. I did not realize this storm was going to be that, intense. And just before going out, I heard it was called Storm Lucifer. So the water, it just flows down our street anyway, because we're in the foothills and on a hill, the rain just rivers down the street. And so it was so much rain, it was flowing down into the wash and the normal channel through the grate. So it was a good opportunity on top of it. The weather, I don't know. I'm East Coast born, so the weather didn't seem like it was really that big of a deal. It was a lot of rain though. And I did take an umbrella, and the umbrella was wanting to, go opposite. So it was a lot of wind on top of it, and it was cold. So I felt really good about doing it though. It seemed right. It felt all favorable, and I was happy with the outcome. And I walked back and went to my tree, and it's a tangelo tree, and there's a lot of fruit on it. It's all ripe, and so I put my nose to the tree, and although it was windy, this big gust came up and hit me in the face. And it wasn't a wet gust, which I found peculiar because it was raining out. It was actually raining. So I took that as the confirmation. And then I just turned around because, the tree was heavy with water and rain. I just turned around, and this tangelo cocoa bonged me in the eyebrow. And that seemed like the wind was father and the fruit was mother, so that on top of the gender, I didn't see any critters out, but the gender, as you were talking about, the two genders showed themselves to me, and I took that as confirmation. And then in retrospect, I think I told you all of my dream where I was partially attracted to this whole modality because of facing the shadow, facing the dark. And I have been reticent about going forward with whatever work I'm trying to do because of that fear of the dark. And it just, Lucifer, Storm Lucifer, and the dream, and it's just all confirmation that I'm working through what I need to do.
Wonderful.
That's so beautiful. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What was it like when you said that the greenstone and the mother's vessel was wanting to fly into the water? That you actually felt
there was so much water coming down the street, and I had the vessel in a baggie. Actually, before I went down there, I held the baggie open so the rain would come in, and the same rain that I was using with the water. So the vessel would be within that water, that same water.
Okay. Wow.
And then I put the baggie down on the ground, and it just wanted to float away in the water. So I had to partially step on it without breaking it. And then the greenstone, I put it down, and it was moving a little bit, not as badly as the baggie. and so I, with my other foot, I was kind of holding it in place so I wouldn't lose my stone.
You were really in the elements.
Yeah, it was. You know, I took it as as an adventure more so than fear or anything.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, and that's exactly the a wonderful way to look at this adventure. You when you improvise on location, and that's the wonderful part of being a Waikara master, or a master really, is that when you go on locations, you have to improvise what is there. And this improvisation only makes you more finely tuned. You become finely tuned because as you've learned the basics of Waikara, you know what to be alert for, you know what what needs to be secured, how to secure yourself. And then like you recognized the wind, and that wind was the grandfather wind. It was male. And as soon as you said that, and there was no water to it, was it a warm wind? Or was it cold wind?
Cold.
Ah.
Actually, no, come to think of it, it wasn't, because it was very cold out with the wet.
So it was different than the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was different, yeah.
It was different than the atmosphere, and that's the grandfather wind. And then, absolutely, and then getting, that's quite humorous to be, to receive the Tangerello. And was it on your left, just above your left eyebrow? It was just
yes, it was right here. and they're big. Yes. They're like this. They're really big.
I trust you took it with you?
Yes.
Fantastic. You see, all of these small pieces that finally tune your radar system, your energy, your magic, your communications, and then also to learn more about your inner strength, to be able to stand there, to be able to go to the places, to be able to go to the shadow and serve. Because we say that the shadow, when they talk about, I suppose they could, in the scriptures, about the valley of death, or the shadow of the valley of death. Well, we say when you go to the shadow in the forest, when you go to the shadow in the water, when you go to the shadow on the mountain and the shadow in the valleys, you, through these understandings, you may stand firmly, and it is as an adventure, the fear will disappear. The fear, you already know you're going to do something, and that you fully expect the energies to show up, whatever energies that are there. And as you stay firmly into the four powers, into the first family, your light is very bright. And so you're able to take that understanding, have joy and laughter and fun with it. Whatever you may have to skip over a fence, you may have to crawl under a bush, you may have to go through a tunnel, and it's almost childlike play. And when you were going down the wash and following the water, and even to the point where you were trying to hold the vessel in place with one foot and trying to hold the ponomu in place with the other foot. Only children hold things in their hands while they're trying to do things. This is really interesting, because you just received the seal of the child, and your essence is yes. You're trying to do all manner of things with all of these implements in your hands, and you got them under your feet, and you will look back at it and you will laugh when you get home. I'm sure you probably sort of had a little giggle to yourself.
Oh, I did, especially with the Tangelo.
Then you got a little donk over here, a little recognition, and it's like mother's playing with you. Hey,
In
but
case I
catch
doubted
this.
the wind, yeah, it's right in my face.
Hey, catch this though. Well, you better pay attention. I'm going to do it again. You know, next time something else will be, you know, passed to you. So that's very interesting. This is a very important part of your mastership, because, as I said, if you go to it with joy and laughter, there is nothing to fear. Doesn't matter if the reputation of somebody's house they say is haunted. It doesn't matter. You can go to an abandoned asylum and clean that place out. It won't matter. If we are in joy and laughter, and we go in this way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fantastic.
I do have a question.
Yes.
If it's convenient in the conversation.
Absolutely.
It's about the Sky Protocol, and
Yep.
You mentioned going up in the plane, and I know you can't open windows up in a plane because
Yep.
you know whatever goes out will come right back at you. So, and you mentioned there's certain planes, but that seems a little impractical. I mean, if the opportunity's there, that's wonderful. But we live in we're about 1,700 feet high, and sometimes we'll see low-hanging clouds. But if I go higher up into the mountain, definitely we do see on a cloudy day the lower hanging clouds. And I'm wondering if that would be effective enough to do the Sky Protocol with the clouds, and that way seeding the clouds, so to speak, as long as it doesn't go into another mountain, you know, if it flows along.
It's if you are standing on a mountaintop in the clouds, fantastic. What I would suggest is an apparatus, some type of apparatus that can get that kotahara and the pounamu dust just that little higher and into a direction that you can or trajectory that you can anticipate. So perhaps it's an understanding of acquiring one of those little cannons, that have they shoot T-shirts out of it.
Oh, okay.
And perhaps you can bundle your kawa protocol in there. When you're ready to release it, you can get a little higher with it and send it in the direction where it's going to come down over the edge onto the cloud, over the edge of your elevation, and spread out. That's quite possibly one way, and I would consider that. There is another way. There is another way to do a Sky Protocol, and that is with the feathers. With feathers. I was going to bring that protocol to you during this one. While we're talking about it, while we're talking about it, let's just because I actually want to dig out an image to show you, so you can see if I can bring that out. I'll give it a shot here, and it's the formation of the kotahara. And it includes 3 feathers. If I just explain it, this Sky Protocol is adaptable where the feathers are placed. Your intention is driven into the feathers. The feathers are placed into the kawa, and then you would leave it there for the wind and let the wind take it.
Oh.
Let the wind take it. It's if it can get high and you're already up high, you know. Perhaps the wind can take the feathers even higher and over through the clouds. That is one possibility. And I want to show you an image, if I can here. Sorry if you lose me for a second here. You may have seen it. You may have seen it on my Facebook. Let me share. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
see it on the replay, but I can't see it live. This happened last time, but I saw it on the replay, so I'll
Can
just
can
wait
you
for the replay.
can you hear me and see me?
Yes.
I hear and see you. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm going to just bring up this image that of the sky protocol that we applied with the feathers, and you're going to see how it was, what its shape, what its composition is, and it's one that we applied to Standing Rock. It was the third protocol we applied. We did the land, water, sky, and here it is. So, can you see that?
Yes.
Maybe we need a better.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Maybe you need it close up, more close up.
It looks like 3 feathers in a circle.
Okay, let me explain it. Yes, this sky protocol is on the ice, on the water, on the river. Just disregard that for a second. There's on the kotahara was laid onto the surface, and then you scribe in the spiral from the internal counterclockwise going outwards, and then and then I placed the ponamu, one ponamu on each feather as we laid the feather in there. Now these are owl feathers. So I placed a ponamu on each feather so they wouldn't blow away. It was going to get pretty windy. Now, we did the logging. We gave the intention for the efforts. We completed that with the haka. So we raised the vibration to intensify the intention into the DNA of the feather. So we drove it in there. And then we did the login again, and then we left it. I took the ponamu off the feathers so that when the wind comes, it'll take it. Now, I believe this is useful for what you're asking about, Lynn, and can be utilized at a higher elevation. I'm sure the wind can get probably pretty windy up there.
Mm-hmm.
You take the feathers and you can apply this protocol for the sky. Now, the intention is so that the feathers take the energy of the ponamu and the kotahara with it. There's already grains of kotahara on the feathers because it was placed on there. So there's already grains of it on the feather. Although you could pour some on there. You could also place small pieces, like crushed pieces of the ponamu onto the feathers so that they actually are in there, and then send the feathers.
We have a lot of ravens, blackbirds, and when my husband's on his walk, he brings these feathers back to me. So I would imagine just using those feathers and let them fly with the wind would be okay, right?
Yes, I think so. If you understand the medicine of particular birds, one particular bird, if you can find the feathers, is the magpie.
Okay.
Janet, are you still here with us?
Oh, yes.
I can't see Janet.
I'm here.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you okay? The screen is. So, are you able to see that? I can pull out of this this now.
Yeah, is that a crystal in the middle?
No, that's just the center of the spiral.
Okay.
This is on the river, and the river was iced up. This is right on the Standing Rock River.
It looks like a crystal in the middle.
No, it's the ice.
it makes a lot of sense, and it's very, very beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful. It's so much love in this protocol.
Yes.
If you study the medicine of certain birds, one that I would ask you to study is the magpie.
Okay.
If you're applying this protocol, because the magpie, if you don't know, just I can speak a little bit. It is one of the birds that has one of the highest high medicine. It is a speaking bird. It's a playing bird. It's a magical bird. It's a mischievous bird. It's almost like a child. It's an incredible bird.
Yeah.
If you watch videos of magpies, you can see they play like little goats, but they also play like they're so mischievous.
So it works a bit like the trickster.
It has some of the yes, it has some of the trickster in it. But that's kind of, if you think about this that for a second, that energy is almost like a Waikara, because Waikara is to conspire to protect, or to conspire. What's going on behind the scenes?
That makes a lot of sense.
What's going on behind the scenes? And so the magpie doesn't exactly let you know what's going on behind the scenes, because it's always shifting the field. It's always shifting and moving the field, and that's what's wonderful about the magpie. But it does have medicine that is of the high medicine.
Is there a certain tribe that is more attuned to the magpie? A tribe?
Yeah, I don't know the names. I know I have seen some images and photos of different cultures that do work and praise the magpie. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can I say
Thank
something
you.
about it?
Yes, Janet.
Magpie is also in the corvid family, which is ravens and crows and jackdaws.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We have lots of ravens. I have tons of raven feathers from Wildlife Way Station.
Wow. Well, it would
Perfect.
seem that you're prepared.
Yeah, I have been. They've been waiting to be used. So
Fantastic. This is a protocol, the Sky Protocol, and so make good use of that. Go out and give it a go. We know that we stopped the storm at Standing Rock. The second storm that was hailed and pronounced to arrive, and this is what I was talking about, is that
Yes,
we stopped it for 7 days.
that's right. Right.
And we delivered 3 protocols, but that final protocol was Sky Protocol. And so
That was so important.
it's a very powerful. And I say, so yes, take that. I will send you a much more detailed image of that kawa. Now remember, kawa means protocol, or means sequence. So I'll send you that kawa, and so now, Janet, if you wouldn't mind, just telling us a little bit about your experience with your seal.
it started way before then.
Mm.
And then there's much more after. I'll just be brief about before then. Danielle informed me of you. And so I added you as a friend. And I was tossing around, should I take this class or not? And then I had a dream, and you were there talking to me, but I'm not adept at dreaming to the point where I can understand the conversations and what I said and you said. So I said to her next day, I think I did, or maybe I didn't say to her that I had the dream, but it was there and it manifested. And so I felt, you're an ancestor. And then the master's class, I'm always looking for omens. And the master class was, we were talking about Sedona and a rainstorm and so on. And I said, I will take the master class if we have a thunderstorm. And that night we had a thunderstorm. And I said, okay, I'm in. And as far as the seal went, I didn't do what Lynn did to go out after it was dark. It was, I was tired actually after the seal. And I watched a movie. I said, I can't do anything but watch a movie. I said, I think I'll watch this Maori movie, which was on Netflix. It's called The Deadlands. And it's all in Maori. And so I watched half of it, and it was interesting. I kept hearing Tatama, 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 and it was about the boy. So I guess it's interchangeable with male and female, is it not? Yeah. So Tatama, Tatama, that's the only thing I recognize was Tatama. It was about the boy who was getting revenge for desecrating the ancestral skulls and so on. It's a pretty interesting movie, a little too violent. And then I went to bed and had the dream that I woke up near an ocean in the same house, and I went out to look at the stars, and they were all different. They were the southern hemisphere. And in the back, there was a canoe next to the house, and in the back was a huge garden on so much land that I cultivated myself with strength and love. And everything was green and beautiful and healthy. And then I went in and out of dreams, but that's the one that I remember the most. And the next day, my cat, the female, still felt your spirit around, and she's very attuned to spirits. And I said, oh yeah, he's still around, I know. I can feel him too. And what else is there? Oh, as far as the hemisphere goes, it felt very familiar. I did sacred plant medicine once, and I had a past life as an Aboriginal elder, and it was like relived in the dream. And the elder, I was in the elder's eyes, and watching Australians raping the land. I could tell with they were riding horses and with a hat, and the red earth. And he was looking through Christ consciousness. There was absolute neutrality, and so I felt that in the dream that I did with plant medicine. And so things are still unfolding now, but that was my experience.
An incredible experience. Yes, we are logged in. We never log out. So when the seal has been delivered, it does linger. The energy is transferred. If you have the water with you, it is in the water. If you have the PO number, which has just been, where we have just connected through the water to your greenstone, the energy is still there. And so the presence of the Ancient One is there. And that's fantastic. The cat medicine is highly intuitive, highly sensitive.
Wow.
The cat medicine, which is the Hathors, yes, you know these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's beautiful. In terms of Australia, the mapping for Australia comes to us as the Kopu Motu, which is the island of the wombat. It's truly about the wombat's belly, and it could be that you have work to do in Australia when the mapping is clear for you. We are going to bring the illustrated map out. I had a meeting yesterday with an illustrator to bring those maps to two-dimensional form. But yes, if you are visiting Australia, it would seem that the red earth, the red rock, the Uluru, and there's a mountain there called Mount Seal, And Mount Zeal in Australia is where we've located the apex mountain. And so
west, east,
it's in the north central,
north, central.
right in the center of Australia, north central Australia, right in the center. That's Mount Zeal. Right near Mount Zeal is a place called the Serpentine Gorge, which will tell you that Serpentine would be the Taniwha. That is the valley of the Taniwha. Huh?
What's the name of the mountains there? The Bungles?
There's a range of mountains there that's not far from Alice Springs. I forget the name of the other mountains, but I was tuned into Mount Zeal. So it's interesting that the name Zeal is, I think it's Dutch origin, if I remember. I have to double check. But it is of Europe, East European name. But there's an Aboriginal meaning. I'll bring that forward. I can't recall it right now. There's an Aboriginal meaning to that name and that mountain, and that the valley of the Taniwha, Serpentine Gorge.
And the Taniwha is the
Dragon.
The dragons.
The dragons.
Dragons.
Okay. Thank you.
But without, with a clear blueprint. Oh, I can't hear.
Can you say it again, Danielle? What was it?
I was thinking Taniwha. I can't say the word. The dragon, but the
yes,
Taniwha, whatever the way you say it, they are not like the dragon because they come as blueprint. They don't have any imprint. Is that
so?
right
Original
name?
Blueprint.
Yes, the Taniwha.
Thank you, Danielle.
Taniwha, we're removing. We move away from the old energies of serpent and the energies of dragons, although we do understand the energies of dragon. But when we return to the blueprint of Taniwha, Taniwha is of land, water, sky, the beings of land, water, sky, much like the energies of dragons, but then much more. And they prefer their essence. They prefer their essence. They do have a name individually. Taniwha will have their name, and they will come to you and they will tell you your name. Eventually, here, very soon, you will learn the name of Taniwhas that assist you.
Right.
They may come to you looking like dragons or something like that, but realize that in their blueprint, they are the beings of land, water, sky, dragons, but Taniwha. They may have a specific name, just like you have a specific name, just like you have a specific essence.
Yes.
And some are very, very powerful.
Yes.
But as you begin to work through this course as a Waikara Master, when you become communicating with your Taniwha, what will happen is you will become a Taniwha Master. It's almost like saying you will become it's like, I don't use it particularly, but like becoming a dragon lord.
I think somehow that really connects with me in a big way.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Me too.
It connects with you. Yeah.
Go ahead, Lynn.
This is just a different word, but if you're familiar with it, is this like the devas, or the spirits of the sky, the spirits of the deva of the land, that sort of thing?
No.
Is it more?
The devas are more about spirit form. Taniwhas are absolutely about primary forms, primary energy. So because they are devas, I understand, are in the spirit form. Yes, they are in the sky, they are on the land, they are in the water. They're more spirit form. But Taniwhas are not spirit form, they are primary energies. And they can create the elements. They work with the elements. Now, without land, water, and sky, there are no elements. There is no fire without land, water, sky. It's just like saying there is no radiation energy. There is no nuclear energy without land, water, and sky. And so the Tanifas, they are expert masters at the primaries, though they do appear into the energy and essence that they are attuned to, which would be land, water, or sky. But they can deliver the elements, which is water, which is wind, which is fire, and which is earth, because they are of the primaries. So their energy is very powerful, and they're tuned into what they. This is a fun understanding. We've realized and we've just discovered, confirmed, even with Irirangi to Fire with Eve, is that she has her personal Taniwha. And to her, he tells her his name is Chris. And he's green, and so he's of the emerald light.
Okay, yes, the green, the emerald.
Now he says Chris, but what that comes across in his energy to her, as they've communicated for this past year or two, maybe longer, is that Chris means, and his understanding is that of the energy of Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, okay, you, what? Sorry, Danielle.
No, I said yes. I was listening. I said yes.
Yes.
Energy of Christ. So
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
My grandmother, or one of my grandmothers, her Taniwha was in the water, and it took the shape and form of a whale when it appeared into the physical form. Beautiful. And it was a white whale, and it only swam in the river, her river. It never swam in the ocean. It was in the water, and it was a big whale, big for a river. It was a gray whale, but it was white, and that was I forget the name that she called it. It was a very long Maori name. But every time she swam the breadth of the rivers, the Taniwha would always be at her side, always protecting her. And so the relationship is a very ancient relationship. Your light beings, yes, but when you entered the stone ancestor, the Taniwha came to you the first time you entered. These beings to you and your relationship are equally as old as you are, if not older, but certainly known to you from the first time you entered the stone. They return to you. If you can remember who they are. Huh? Yes. And so because now you are taking the path of the Waikara Masters into serving and doing, and you are with this ascended walk now, you realize this, yes? This is as a Waikara Master, this is an ascended walk. Not to say that you are never with the higher you are, but let's just bring this to the absolute, what we call boots on the ground. What I call boots on the ground. Let's just bring this into the 3D and say it, because you're walking 5D to 7D inside the 3D. You are traveling from 5D to 7D now.
Yes.
And so this is an ascended earth walk. Yes. And that's why you committed. Your commitment here, and I don't just keep speaking of this, is because when you log in, and I'm listening to the login, and it is becoming very smooth. It is becoming known to you. And when it becomes so known to you, there is another language for you, and it is the language that you will speak eventually. You will move again into another essence, light language, and you can choose to. You can choose to be with the Uru, but being with Uru also means that there is another light language that you speak, and that is within your essence. this application is to guide you deeper into yourself, deeper into how you stand, and deeper into the ascended earth walk. Now, because you can grasp the articulation of the login, you're going to be able to articulate other languages. And just perhaps your ancient light language that you first spoke when you entered into the stone will come forward. And that is good too, because in the many languages and light languages, root language, all speak the word mother, all speak the word child, and all speak the word father, and all have the eternal memory. So as you are moving through this Waikara mastership, you are guiding yourself even further deeper into your own essence as a Waikara master, that your improvisations and the energy and the magic that you will deliver will further become more finely tuned. And this is about attunement. This is about attunement.
Yes.
And we all struggle, many in the 3D, to find self, but many would prefer to walk the path of free will. And free will does serve certain items, but not all, but has also caused a lot of havoc and confusion. So to the ascended earth walk you walk, you will walk right into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
As you are serving, you will walk right into the full essence of who you are when you entered into the first stone being.
Yes.
And this is incredible. Now, go ahead, Dai, sorry.
You know, the things you're speaking about today are starting to heart resonate with me, which is something that I've been looking for in this work. So is getting that understanding going, a greater understanding. So my heart is sounding in the work.
Very
so that's
good.
what I'm looking for, and some of you are already there, so that's really great.
No, that's fantastic. Each will move through the Waikara Mastership, and as you deliver the protocol on the ground, and that is the ascended earth walk, giving the delivery and the action to these protocols and the variety that you will have at your disposal. Today, at this very first debut of the Waikara Masters live online for the very first time, when I witnessed the screen that I'm looking at right now as I'm staring at you, I witnessed this screen when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
That was the image I spoke to my father when I was 20, and I said to him, "Oh, something interesting I saw last night." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "I saw an entire globe with little flat screens all over it. They weren't mirrors, not like a disco ball. They weren't disco ballish mirrors. They were flat screens, exactly what I'm looking at now, except there were millions." I saw this technology when I was 20. I'm still young, but I'm only 53, but that's that is at a time when, So what I'm looking at today is confirmation that you are here, because the images that were on those flat screens depicted not the people of the cultures on the planet, not about the cultures on the planet or the people of the planet. Those pictures, those depictions of those images on the people on those screens were the people that I am working with. And there were millions. And this is the beginning. And we have 5 screens here right now that are going to turn into 500,000 screens that will turn into 5 million. And whether you still see my image on the screen one day, you will all be speaking to one another. You will all be teaching. You will be carrying it on, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And the protocols given here this day is the debut live online, yes. but it is the extension of the society of healers, divine cleaners, divine cleansers, master healers, practitioners into the protocols of the new earth. These are protocols of the new earth.
Yes. Beautiful.
They are quantum modalities, because in the new earth, we are quantum beings.
Yes.
As your ascended walk goes from the 5D, which you are now in 5D,
Yes.
because you recognize you've been attacked by the 4D.
Ah, okay.
You see?
Yeah.
You see how that works? You transferred through the 4D.
Yeah.
You transferred
Yes.
through the 4D, and you're already now in the 5D. Now you are
Yes.
walking this ascended earth walk, boots on the ground, to deliver these new earth protocols to those, to assist the child that enters. Yes, but eventually to teach. And a Waikara Master will be able to teach, because you will be teaching the quantum modalities. Very simply, telling the story. And you will tell the story of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting and listening to these stories, and wow, this is incredible. This is so much fun. I could sit here and listen to that all day, because what you're saying to us and what we're saying to each other is that I went and did this, and that's what happened. We're not just sitting here talking about the weather. We're not just sitting here talking about President Trump. We are talking about here things that have been confirmed and affected through your magic. There is no other better reason to speak about something and listen and learn, and then I am grateful for this time today. So
I have a question. I have a question. I just want to acknowledge with Janet how beautiful your story was, and how it was just so gorgeous, and how the seal of the child really does change you, which I haven't gone through yet. But I also wanted to acknowledge and ask Forrest about the red earth, because in a dream I also had a white wave with red earth, and I wanted to step back in time to what the red earth meaning is.
Yes, the red earth has come up a few times in my life, in this current lifetime. My daughter's name is Adamina. She's my eldest child. She's 35. Adamina means of the red earth. It's an ancient name. I forget even where I brought that in from. I know it's in a European name.
Thank you. That's so beautiful.
Adamina means red, of the red earth. Now, when we speak about the Uluru, red rock, the red earth, it is very potent. It's very potent, because when we think about the red earth and the red rock of Uluru, we are thinking about the dream time. We are talking about the Aborigines and the people of the bone, actually the people of the bone dance. And so the red earth being of the dream time is a sacred home. Is it Mars? I'm not fully tuned into that yet, and perhaps we'll get a minute to tune into that and focus on it. I know that we have had time on Mars. I know that we have had ancient homes there on Mars. We know that there are pyramids there. And we know there were ancient civilizations there. So perhaps I could offer you to focus in on Mars. But I would say go through Uluru to do that. Speak to the people of the bone time, and the bone dancers, the people of the bone dance in the dream time, to assist in that, because I understand that's where they're from.
Thank you.
They've spoken of it, and look at their drawings. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you were once an ancestor of the people of the bone dance.
Ancient ancestors.
In the dream time of the red earth.
Thank you. It was hugely meaningful to me also.
You see these things, if you purchase an Aborigine artwork, like a boomerang, or even a tablecloth or a tea towel, you know, have a good look at it, because they have so much wonderful depictions of their planetary dream times and their dances, and the field of energy that they travel on when they're in the dream time, in the bone dance. Okay, that's fantastic. So you now have an idea of the Sky protocol. What I want to bring to you now, if I can, I would like to do a screen share on it. Sorry, Lynn, but I will send you the image too. I would like to begin to show you, and we've got half an hour here. I would like to show you. Oops. The tetrahedron apex. Tetrahedron apex. Let me get it out here. The tetrahedron apex color protocol. Tetra, meaning three-sided, the three faces. Let me find where I put it. and its structure, its components.
I think Vera and, of course, other people are familiar with the tetrahedron. Other people have been using it.
I think you may have seen it. You may have seen it in my post, but I'm going to explain it in detail to you. Although people may have been working and utilizing it, I'm going to introduce another perspective on it. Where did I put it? Sorry. Where did I? Cannot see it. Excuse me for this. The apex tetrahedron protocol is different than the pyramid. It's different within the pyramid because the apex, the tetrahedron, works the energies of the primaries. Oh, where did I can't believe I can't. What is it? It works with the energies of the primaries. So when you utilize it, your intentions can be directed on whatever subject or subject matter. Your intentions can include words like fire, words like wind and storm and earth, and words like earthquakes, words like thunder.
So, for instance, if there was a hurricane off of Florida, this might be useful.
Yes, but perhaps you will need to shift it and move it to a location, yes. Or you might have need to create one in order to diffuse energy in a different area. It will depend on your application.
Okay.
I can't believe I. Okay, let me go to an area where I know where it is, where I put things sometimes. Yes, it's so the intentions of it can be exactly for many reasons. For that reason of there's a hurricane coming to town.
Right.
We need to do something. So we need to create another hurricane somewhere else to diffuse the energy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So for purposes of diffusion,
Yes.
To weaken the area that's perhaps it's a populated area, obviously, and you want to diffuse that energy going over that populated area. You may want to create another hurricane.
Have other people worked with the wind and the weather and in the group?
In the
In our group?
yeah.
Girls,
Well,
have you?
Yes. And there are many doing things now I don't know, where they are. Can you see this configuration?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, Lynn.
Yeah.
Is that on your arm?
This is what's on my arm.
Yes.
These are the primaries. Okay, look at how it's constructed. I'll see if I can share this to your messenger, Lynn.
If it's the one on your site, I know the green one. Green one.
Well, that's the shape, but this is
the triangle with the spiral in the middle.
Yeah.
But this is the components of it that I want to show you how you can form it relatively quickly.
Oh, okay. I can exit full screen and see if I can. There we go.
It's a drawing in sand. Do you remember that one, Lynn?
It's the drawing in the Kotahara.
Yeah, drawing in the Kotahara.
Always, I would offer you to always refer to this as Kotahara.
Kotahara.
Why?
Yes.
I say this is because you are speaking into crystal.
Yes.
And that whatever you say is going to transmit whatever you say.
Got it.
So give it its energy. So, did you see it, Lynn?
Pardon me?
Can you see it?
No.
I'm going to share it to your to your messenger line.
Okay.
Just real quick here. Excuse me.
So good at technology, Dane.
We must be adaptable, yes. And I don't know why it doesn't show up on Lynn's screen. Okay. Did you see it? Did you see it on your messenger, Lynn?
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Now, very simply, what you're looking at is the primaries, mother, child, father. The spiral to the light is the eternal memory, known as the way to the light. This is the tetrahedron apex in the three primaries, mother being land, child being water, father being sky. Follow the path of that energy to the light, to the good, for the good of. What do you stand for? Now, what I have in these vessels to the left is the magenta or the violet, and I have water placed in there. Also inside that violet vessel, I have Ponamu, the green stone, the zero stone. In that one, I have 5. In the one in blue, the blue vessel, I have 4. And with the water, and the water was turned. Now, I always make sure that I have those handy for when I need, in case I need to use it for whatever reason. But you can just simply have a glass of water standing by should you need to use it. Now, this apex tetrahedron, again, in your intention, you can speak the login, write your intentions on a piece of paper, place it inside the tetrahedron, place it on the spiral, And then when you're doing the login, speak the intention, place it physically in there, and then when you completed that speaking, do the haka. Do the haka. Yes, Danielle?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't say anything there.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
When you draw it, do you start with the 3 circles, or is there a certain pattern of how you draw it in the Kutara?
No.
Kutahara.
You can start wherever you're most proficient at.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not very good at circles, so obviously I didn't start there.
Okay.
I illustrate like a 2-month-old.
Because I wasn't sure whether it mattered if you had flow as you created it.
Hey, if you're really good at doing illustrations, then yeah. But do the best you can when you're forming this. And as you can see, I have what I'm using is a small dinner table thing, the folding dinner table. Yeah, and I take it with me when I can. I take it with me when I can because when I'm wanting to apply something, I have a surface to work on. You
TV tray, yeah.
TV tray, and you can sit with it. If you take a small seat, you can sit with it at whatever location, wherever you're going to do your intention. Now, as you can see, it's got the three primaries. Yes. Now, this is the neat part. This is effective by yourself. But this is also 3 times more powerful if you have 2 others working with you. Now, I'll offer you this understanding. Each of these primaries represent a different time zone or locations. Imagine that each 3 of these time zones, as you decide to work together, perhaps you're going to work together to deliver the intent. The tetrahedron configuration is at its most powerful form when it's devised by 3 time zones, when it's divisible by 3. Would you like to know the number that it creates?
Yeah.
This is a 3.
Yes.
This is a 369 configuration. You've heard of 369, yes? Have you?
Yes, I've seen it in some of your posts. You'll put in your posts 369.
Outside of me.
Oh, outside of you.
What you're looking at is the teacher of Nikola Tesla.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
This was his teacher. Now,
electricity.
This was, primaries. This was his teacher. In other words, he worked with the primaries and he understood vibration, energy, and frequency. And this is vibration, energy, and frequency. It is also what 369 represents. The 9 is divisible by all 3, by both numbers, 6 and 3. But there's also the balance. It is also the balancing number, which is why we speak to it as the 9 being universal. But this is it in its practical form, practical use for delivering vibration, energy, and frequency. Now, if you take a look at that, if you were 3 of you at each one of the points of the tetrahedron, at the center of this, and you look at the spiral, yes, it's electricity. Yes, it's vibration. Yes, it's frequency. Yes, it's energy. It's what all three of you can conform or construct and direct that energy at the intention on 3 time zones on the planet. Does this make sense to you?
Yes. Did you do this in what you wrote about with three? You wrote about it. 3 people were at different points.
Yes.
What was that occasion?
We did the. We were doing the Bird of Paradise protocol.
And was that Donner Mountain or no?
No. The Bird of Paradise protocol was utilized on 3 time zones. My time zone, on the Butterfly, and in Phoenix.
And what did you accomplish?
Now, what my time zone is the Owl. The Butterfly is in Switzerland and Europe. You know this. You know now. And Phoenix is where Samadhi was. Now, the words Butterfly, Owl, and Phoenix formed the understanding that it was the BOP. And when we saw the BOP appear in its initials, we realized that it spelled out the words Bird of Paradise. Well, for 2 weeks before we were beginning to move towards the light code, which we already knew the light code 2 weeks before, we were formulating the protocol. This was an understanding that this tetrahedron apex can conform to any intention. It can meld and form to any theme, any matter of intention or any matter of mission. This is one that I highly recommend to be used as often as possible in a group of 3. Why am I bringing this one now to you? I bring this one to you. You can use it individually. But why I'm bringing this to you is to work into groups of 3s as Waikara Masters. It's very important to deliver energy at the level of 3 times the Waikara Master. Because when we work together this way, we achieve much more. But it is needed to be known individually, so you know the base form of it. But you also know, what I will also add is that if you added 2 other, if you have 3 people, yes, you have the tetrahedron. If you add 2 more people, you have a second tetrahedron. Oh, actually, if you add 1 more person, you have a second tetrahedron. If you add 2 more people, you have a third tetrahedron. Do you understand? Let me bring us to the full screen. Are you okay with this now?
Yeah.
The basic tetrahedron, yes. I'm not understanding if you add 1 more that it makes a second.
Okay. You will take that base form, right? You've got 3 primary points. If you add another primary point in equal distance, and then you join it, you're going to have a second tetrahedron. And if you add another one to that, you will have a third tetrahedron. What am I saying?
So it's geometry then.
The geometrics of it. I'm saying this. Can you see this in your mind as I'm speaking it?
Yes.
Please let me know if you don't understand, and I will explain further if I can.
Yes.
Yes?
Explain further.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lynn.
So if you add a 4th person, are you saying you're dividing that
No.
tetrahedron? And I can't picture the 4th one.
So
adding.
if
Oh,
you,
I
yeah.
see it now.
Yeah,
I
you
see it now.
Okay. Okay. No, you're doubling and you're adding another tetrahedron. You just and then you've taken the energy of the tetrahedron by 6 times of its energy. You get it? Now imagine, not imagine, but if you will, see this image in your mind. Imagine that we had like thousands of Waikara Masters, and we all decided to do the tetrahedron apex protocol on each of our time zones. Can you imagine the coverage that the tetrahedron would place on the planet?
Right.
This is the physical form of the energy grid that you can actually place around the entire planet.
Yeah, placing. So it's like
Place if you can see it in your mind, the entire planet being surrounded by this grid, which is the tetrahedron. And at its base form is the 369 configuration of the primaries. Wouldn't that be just amazing?
Does it make the form of another basic well-known geometric shape?
Well,
that I'm thinking
it would become not really. It will be a sphere that has multiple.
A sphere.
It's a sphere that will have multiple faces on it.
Yep. It's
many.
Very,
what they call many facets, like multifaceted.
Right. I'm drawing it now. It's quite beautiful.
It's an amazing sphere.
Yeah. It's fun to draw.
Now, so just as it is individually, you are working with the 3 primaries and the energies. You can command and request the use of the primary energies. But all you need to do is log in and speak the words. I will write them down and speak them out loud. Place that piece of paper you wrote on at the center of that. Then and then deliver the haka, or deliver the haka and then log in again. You can sort of feel the flow in that. But the important part of it is to log in, to create it, log in, and speak that intention into, because you're speaking it into the crystal, the kotahara. Remember, okay? And use the words as the primary elements, because of the elements, because the primaries control the elements. So you would say, you will bring wind, you will bring earthquake, you will bring thunder, and you will place it at a certain location. Know what you're talking about, know where you want it to go, absolutely. Don't just send it into someone's house and knock their roof off. Absolutely be very careful with it, but yes. And let me just bring this understanding to you that when you apply the Apex protocol, the creatures will talk to you. And some creatures would like to assist you, because this protocol is connected to the hive mind.
Yes.
And so you will guaranteed begin to be seeing in your presence, if not lately, then soon, the wasp. You will see a wasp. The wasp will be around you soon. You might see the bees. You might see the bumblebee. This is important, and ants, and the ant. Don't just swat the ant when you see a whole bunch of them hanging around you. Check into them, because they're trying to tell you something. They are of the hive mind, and they sacrifice the millions and millions millions of their own brethren to assist the ascension of the white light. and they exist inside the tunnels in the planet. I know that the Blackfoot, they know that there were once ant people. They know that there were once ants.
Yeah.
They know the ant medicine. So what's going to happen is when you see an ant coming across your kotahara, well, don't brush it off. Let him be. If you see a wasp coming into your presence, it's the wasp general, and he's not going to sting you. Let him be. He's going to be in your presence. If you see him, speak the wasp into the intention. Offer the hive mind to assist. They do want to assist. They sacrifice millions upon millions every day to assist. But are you listening to them? Are you listening to them? And you can talk to them and just say the word. Say the word. Whatever the word comes to you, say the word. The wasp general is incredible because he has warriors. Unlike the bees, the wasp general controls millions of warriors. They are warrior wasps. They take command and they take orders in the hive mind, and they have action to it, and they are very powerful beings. They are already assisting. We have been inviting them to assist, like in the past year, a year or more, with Eve and I. But I want you to make sure that if you see them coming across your path while you're creating and constructing your apex tetrahedron, include them in me. They want to talk to you. Yes, Danielle?
I have a question.
Yes.
You know, when you are done with the protocol and you have that tetrahedron, I can't say the word. What do you do with it? Do you leave it outside, or what do you do? Once it's all done, do you leave that sacred piece outside where you worked?
You can leave it there. You can brush it off when you're done. It's done. It's already been synced. You can brush the kotahara. You can brush the kotahara back into its container. You can save some of it. You can take it and spread it. You can take it and spread it on the land. That's what I do. Just throw it out. Throw it on the land. Place it on the land, or in the water, or on a bird, or on a cat, or a dog, whatever you see. I do that all the time. Yeah. You can place it back in the container should you be limited with your kotahara. Remember, the energy has been sent.
Right.
It is now almost time, but I want to give you a moment. Any questions? Other questions? I will send you that image, Lynn, or do you all have? I will send you that.
I have this image.
Oh, you have it on Messenger? Well,
Yeah.
I'll put it on Messenger. And Hahi, we will sort out a schedule for your seal. Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we just got to get a time on, I think, very soon. How do you feel?
I'd like to rewatch this.
I feel better. I feel heart resonance when you were talking about the Tanafa, is it? I just feel better.
I've been feeling better since the seal.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Is it making sense? So it's making sense to you? It is very, I remember this was all alien to you. I remember when it was alien to you, and now when I look at you, you are so sovereign. Now what I get from you is sovereignty, full sovereignty. Still things are purging, but I'm witnessing sovereignty in your essence.
I'm feeling more steady in it. Absolutely.
Let me congratulate you on the work you did yesterday, Lynn.
Thank you.
You know what happened? As soon as you did that and you posted it, I don't think the others realized. They sent a message on Facebook. Is there anything we can do for the storm? And then I posted what I posted. You were already on top of it.
Yes. Excellent.
You were already on top of it. It's like, wow, man. Oh, yeah.
And that's it's being also adding to when you're being called to do something. It just felt like the opportunity was ripe, and go do it. And
well, I will say that you were calling upon yourself to go navigate it, and you did. So I congratulate you for that. That is your mastership. And that is your sovereignty and your essence and the energy speaking that you do possess. And that's your essence. What can I say? You know? So we'll complete here today. For the first time, we have had our Waikara Masters live online. I'm just so excited and pleased that you are here. With this not happen, well, I would not have had the vision when I was 20. Now that I see you here, I am thankful for the vision, thankful for the message that I sent to myself. Or
how
perhaps,
exciting, it's complete.
Perhaps you sent the message to me in my age of 20. Because remember, you are masters. I cannot teach you anything. I can only tell you a story. And you can also tell me a story. And perhaps you spoke this story at this forward memory to send it to me when I was at my age. For what reason? Well, perhaps to wake me up. Well, for what reason? Perhaps to let me know that perhaps I am special. Perhaps you did this. We did this for each other to let each other know that we are special. In this human experience, into the ascended earth walk, we travel. And when we travel together, why? Because we follow each other. We do not ever travel alone. We follow each other. And I am here because you followed me. And I follow you. So I will ask that we complete with the login together and complete this wonderful time we have, and look forward to posting the video on the Waikara Masters page. You will see that on the website. I will send you the login, and then look forward to seeing you. Following Saturday, I will be coming to you from California. So in the login, and I will lead the kaya if we can log in together. Tihei Maudiora. Ite ingoa. Together. Te whaia.
Te whaia.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te wairua tapu.
Te wairua tapu.
Ite ingoa.
Ite ingoa.
Ite ingoa.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te whaia.
Te whaia.
Te whaia.
Te wairua tapu.
Wairua tupu.
Te wairua tapu.
Ite ingoa.
Ite ingoa.
Ite ingoa.
Te matua.
Tamatua,
Tematua,
Te whaia,
Te Whaia,
Whaia,
te tama,
Te Tama,
Te Tama,
te wairua tapu,
Te Warua Tapu,
Te Wairua Tapu,
Mauri ora.
Moria.
Morio.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited for you. We'll see you next Saturday and on Facebook. Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to the
Okay.
Children of the Seal. He will be with them soon.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.